Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to Yang Berhormat Puan Isnaraissah Munirah Majlis, Deputy Minister of Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climate Change. Kopi Bosian, YB. Yang berbahagia Profesor Datuk Dr. Asma Ismail, President of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia. Yang Mulia Academician Tengku Datuk Dr. Muhammad Azman Sharifuddin, Vice President of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia. Senior Fellows and Fellows of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, Yang Berusaha Puan Hazami Habib, Chief Executive Officer of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, officials from ministries and agencies, ASM partners and affiliates, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum once again and good afternoon. My name is Daphne Eiking and I'm absolutely thrilled and humbled to be amongst all of you today at this very historical and esteemed event. Thank you so much for having me. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to the 2019 conferment of Fellowship of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia and announcement of the 2019 Top Research Scientists Malaysia or TRSM. Honourable guests, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome the President of Academy of Sciences Malaysia, Yang berbahagia Profesor Datuk Dr. Asma Ismail, to now deliver her welcome speech. Dipersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very good afternoon. Yang Berhormat Puan Isnaraissah Munirah Majlis, the Deputy Minister of Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climate Change, Senior Fellows and Fellows of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, Top Research Scientists Malaysian recipients, Yang Mulia Academician Tengku Datuk Dr. Muhammad Azman Sharifuddin, Vice President of Academy of Sciences Malaysia, Yang Berusaha Puan Hazami Habib, the CEO of Academy Science, officials from ministries and agencies, ASM partners and affiliates. On behalf of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, I would like to welcome each and every one of you to the 24th conferment of the Fellowship of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia and the announcement of the 2019 Top Research Scientists Malaysia. This is a much-awaited annual event hosted by the Academy to recognize outstanding Malaysians for their contribution to the development of science, engineering and technology. First and foremost, on behalf of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, I wish to thank the Honourable Deputy Minister, YB Puan Isnaraissah Munirah Majlis, for gracing this event, representing YB Minister. Her presence attests to her commitment to a future-proof Malaysia for competitiveness and sustainability, leveraging on STI. As a learned body, the Academy of Sciences Malaysia is mandated to provide advice to the government on matters related to science, engineering, and technology of national importance. The Academy also strives to pursue excellence in these fields for societal well-being. Now, since ASM's inception in 1995, it has relentlessly championed STI advancement and excellence for national development and global competitiveness. And through the expertise and wisdom garnered from ASM's extensive expert network, comprising of brilliant scientific minds of the nation in the form of 377 ASM Fellows and Senior Fellows, 40 Associates, 166 Top Research Scientists Malaysia, 196 Young Scientist Network members, as well as 10 Mahathir Science Award laureates. So in total, we have 789 experts in various disciplines, including social sciences and humanities, that have been the driving force in fulfilling the Academy's role as a thought leader in science, technology, and innovation arena. The Academy is committed to provide the best scientific advice that is independent, that is credible, relevant, and timely towards addressing the needs of the nation. Now, over the years, the Academy has evolved in order to establish its presence nationally and internationally. The Academy is now actively advising the government on STI-related matters, creating science awareness, promoting scientific excellence, and co-helming the creation of new grants like iConnect and the Malaysian Research University Young Researchers Grant with the help of the YSN, or Young Scientists Network. Now, the year 2020 will be an exciting year for the Academy, as we will be celebrating our 25th anniversary with the theme of Leading Collaboration in Science. Now, this calls for dynamic participation of all interested parties, especially fellows of the Academy, to support scientific endeavors in bringing forth positive and impactful outcomes via our various platforms of engagement that we have planned, and will be glad to take in new ideas on board from our fellows. Ladies and gentlemen, the pursuit of development 60 years ago has fueled our success as a nation today. Malaysia has the third highest gross domestic product, or GDP, per person of the 10 countries in ASEAN. However, throughout our journey, we have been too concerned in building the right infrastructure and technology that we neglected to develop the right ecosystems to promote a strong knowledge base. And this is evidenced by our lackluster performance in product innovation, in participation in the global value chain, in labor productivity, patent application, and startup skills. And to date, our country's competitiveness is driven by good talent and infrastructure, but surely not by innovation. So the future will be even more of serious concern, as we are faced with disruptive technologies that are now going to be unknown to us. We can no longer, ladies and gentlemen, be doing the same things over and over again and expect to get different results. We need to be agile and respond to change. The entire socio-economic landscape of the world is being redefined by global mega trends and the escalation of grand challenges such as climate change, water, food, energy security, and cybersecurity. So in order to drive change, it is imperative that we deepen knowledge, build networks, develop and deploy STI talents effectively to improve our scientific and technological capabilities. Malaysia needs to raise its game to be competitive, and in order to bring the Malaysian economic sectors to the next level, we must ensure proliferation of knowledge-intensive enterprises that leverage on science and technology. Our innovation capacity and skills need to be strengthened to move the STI-based enterprises and create the right ecosystem by design and no longer by chance. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe many of you will agree with me that it's the Academy's duty to forthrightly mainstream STI for the nation. As I reflect on this year, I am convinced that the Academy has progressed well in steering the course for greater visibility, for greater influence, and greater impact. We have expanded not only in the volume of strategic studies and programs carried out, but also enhanced the level of engagement with our stakeholders. In fact, communicate, communicate, communicate should now be our new mantra to reach out to our stakeholders. There are positive signs that the Academy has earned a certain level of trust and recognition. We are now increasingly becoming reference points for strategic input into policies and strategic plans, not only for MassTech, but also to at least 14 ministries, 14 ministries, to name a few, such as the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Economic Affairs, through our input to the 12 Malaysia plans, the Ministry of International Trade and Industry in the new Industrial Master Plan, and the Ministry of Entrepreneurial Development for their National Entrepreneurship Policy of 2030. Ladies and gentlemen, despite various STI-related initiatives in Malaysia, the lack of effective STI governance in our nation for the last 15 years has caused the state of STI to become retrogressive. This requires a revisit of STI governance system and the institutional frameworks. And it is through YB Minister MassTech's arrangement, I'm pleased to share that MassTech and ASM recently have a meeting with Yang Amat Berhormat Prime Minister on the 23rd of October 2019. And this meeting marks an important milestone in strengthening STI collaborative ecosystems and governance to move Malaysian research and innovation, MESTEC and ASM delegation proposals were very well received by the Prime Minister. So overall, the key recommendations to Yang Amat Berhormat Prime Minister was how to strengthen the STI governance and improve our collaborative ecosystems. Ladies and gentlemen, the realization of this aspiration will undoubtedly require sound governance and STEM talent to be the prime movers of research, innovation, and enterprise. We must see the bigger picture and tackle the end game through transformative thinking and integrated action. So among the 14 functions of the Academy, as enumerated in the Act, a major part of it calls for strengthening STEM talent. Acculturation programs are aimed to create an interest in science and mathematics among students, while facilitation for research collaborations and networking are done through consortiums and Young Scientists program. So in 2010, ASM embarked on identifying research scientists who have been active in research for the last 5 years in their areas of expertise. We created Top Research Scientists Malaysia, or TRSM database, on who's who and in the various fields of scientific research in this country. The database is to serve as the platform to showcase leading researchers in Malaysia as a recognition and bridging them with other researchers to foster collaborations. The database is populated by researchers themselves and is open for researchers from universities, from research institutions, and industry. And each year, ASM conducts an evaluation on the applicants to identify Malaysia's leading research scientists and to recognize them as the top research scientists Malaysia. Apart from the recognition, TRSM recipients also enjoy other benefits. This includes visibility in media on their work and opportunity to contribute in ASM activities. They also stand a better chance in competing for research grants as they have proven track record and strong research collaborations. So today, ladies and gentlemen, after 9 years, the TRSM database has populated around 5,500 research scientists since its inception. So this year, ASM will recognize 9 new research scientists as the top research scientists Malaysia for the year 2019. And with this new addition, we now have a total of 166 TRSM members. Collaboration is the way forward in order for Academy to play our role and to ensure the STI agenda to be mainstream. We need to ensure that the Academy, as a thought leader, connects all the stakeholders to work together and avoid silos approach by bridging the gap between policy and reality through review of implementation and strategize effective policy measures to strengthen our STI governance cycle. So in order for the Academy to deliver and fulfill our mandate, it is important for Academy to have people with caliber, with talent, with expertise and network. So the knowledge, expertise and network of the fellows are the pillar to the Academy, which enables us to effectively play our role as a thought leader in STI. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we will celebrate the scientific community who have essentially made positive impacts on the nation's STI agenda. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the newly appointed Senior Fellow and the newly elected Fellows of the Academy who are being recognized in this occasion today. So on behalf of the Academy, I would like to welcome all of you to use the Academy platform to continue your contributions in strengthening the STI agenda. The title FASC and the title Academician for the Senior Fellows have been approved by Parliament for you to use. I repeat, have been approved by Parliament for you to use. So please use it with pride. So ladies and gentlemen, we now shift base to Leonardo da Vinci. Okay. Leonardo da Vinci may be best known for his artistic masterpieces, but he was also an accomplished engineer and scientist. filling over 7,000 pages of notebook entries with his observations. In his new book, Leonardo da Vinci, the author Walter Isaacson explores da Vinci's investigations of everything from engineering theatre set pieces to detailed drawings of the human heart. Isaacson shares how da Vinci combined the arts and the sciences to create his masterworks. So for anyone who has seen Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, you know that it holds your attention longer than most portraits. The slight smile and the sideways glance gives a glimpse into her inner psychology. To accomplish this allure, the artist carefully engineered the iconic portrait by meticulously studying the muscles and nerves of the face. You didn't know that, do you? Right? So he integrates actually his art with scientific data. The integration of arts and sciences will help us to be creative, to understand our values, make our mark in the world, and excel without sacrificing humanity for a better tomorrow. So today, I'm glad to announce that the Academy has established the ASM Art Science Initiative to respond to this need. This initiative is a program that recognizes outstanding creations in the nation's fields that showcases the convergence of art and science. Under this initiative, outstanding talent and works of art that embody the convergence of art and science will be awarded with the ASM Art Science Prize, the first prize to be established in Malaysia to celebrate the nascent community of artists-scientists that shows promising growth and development. And I hope with this initiative, more talented individuals will now be interested to explore unique and creative ways to present ideas and knowledge in an aesthetic manner. This initiative is placed under the ASM Giving to Science Fund and is currently mainly funded by our senior fellow academician, Emerita Professor Datuk Dr. Mazlan Osman, and chaired by equally famous architect Hijaz Kasturi, also fellow Academy of Science. So we would like to now call upon industries, individuals, scientists, artists to come forward and contribute to this initiative. So as you can see, some of our famous local artists are also with us today to show their support. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, once again, on behalf of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, I would like to thank the Honorable Deputy Minister Mestek for gracing this occasion, along with the distinguished guests and ASM partners for your presence and support. The Academy highly values and appreciates the support and cooperation of all the government ministries, public and private institutions of higher learning, research institute, members of the industry and corporate sectors that partner with us in championing science excellence. The leadership of ASM and its fellows would not be possible without this crucial partnership and collaboration. And we also extend our appreciation to members of the media who help us in communicating our findings and input to the mass audience appropriately and timely. Ladies and gentlemen, before I end, please give a hand to the ASM, Hazami, and the entire ASM team for making today a possible reality. So I would like to end by saying, coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, but working together is a success. So let's collaborate and move forward together in achieving a successful and better future for Malaysia. With this, sekian wabillahi taufiq. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Professor Datuk Dr. Asma, for that rousing welcome speech. Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, now it gives me great pleasure to welcome Yang Berhormat Puan Isnaraissah Munira Majlis, Deputy Minister of Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climate Change, or MESTEC, to now deliver her speech. Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih, Miss MC. Yang berbahagia Profesor Datuk Dr. Asma Ismail, President of the Academy of Science Malaysia. Yang Mulia Academician Tunku Datuk Dr. Muhammad Azman Sharifuddin, Vice President of the Academy of Science Malaysia, Senior Fellows and Fellows of the Academy of Science Malaysia, Yang Berusaha Puan Hazami Habib, Chief Executive Officer of the Academy of Science Malaysia, officials from the ministries and agencies, ASM partners and affiliates. Allow me to read Yang Berhormat Minister's speech. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It is a great honor to be here on this auspicious occasion that recognize the nation's brilliant and influential scientific minds and their important role in shaping the nation's development through science, technology, and innovation. STI is critical for Malaysia to deliver new sources of growth, create high-wage knowledge, intensive jobs, and seize the new wave of economic prosperity. I'm glad to see that the Academy, as the statutory body under MASTEC, has played a dynamic role as a thought leader in STI towards addressing the needs of the nation by providing the best scientific advice and advocacy that are independent, credible, relevant, and timely. I understand that ASM has successfully completed several assigned landmark studies for at least 3 key ministries besides MASTEC in the last 2 years. The landmark studies were the National Industry 4.0 Policy Framework Study for the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, MITI, the Midterm Review of Malaysia Education Blueprint 2015 to 2025, Higher Education, an impact study on the implementation of research universities for Ministry of Education, MOE, and the National Entrepreneurship Policy 2030 for Ministry of Entrepreneurship Development, MED. This shows that STI cuts across ministries and the importance of embedding STI in the development plans and policies of the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Vision 2020 was introduced nearly 3 decades ago as a roadmap towards becoming an advanced nation. Recently, we launched the Shared Prosperity Vision 2030 with the overarching philosophy of development for all with a specific thrust that intends to address wealth and income disparities and in turn achieve the objectives of becoming a united, prosperous, and peaceful Malaysia. Shared Prosperity Vision 2030 recognizes the key role played by STI in wealth creation and building human capital required for the transition to a knowledge-driven economy and proposes to intensify the STI applications to raise productivity and efficiency levels across the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now living in a world of growing complexity and pressing global challenges. The 21st century is seeing changes such as globalization, digital era, global economic crisis, and disruptive technology. Malaysia, as a developing nation, must be agile enough to forge a new path in tandem with this ever-changing STI and economic landscape to meet societal needs. In the new economy, competition will be based on knowledge-intensive, high value-added, technology-enabled, and adaptable industries globally. Intangible assets such as knowledge, data, and innovation are key sources of competitiveness. As such, the role of STI is critical to fuel economic advancement, societal progress, and new sources of growth. In terms of global standing related to STI, Malaysia has done reasonably well in terms of developing talent in infrastructure. This is evidenced by Malaysian being ranked 35th out of 129 countries in the Global Innovation Index 2019 and 27th out of 141 countries in the Global Competitiveness Report. For both indices, we rank the second highest in the region after Singapore and even among the best for middle-income nations. However, there is still room for improvement to turn Malaysia into producers of innovative products and services, as well as for us to participate in the higher end of the global value chain. I must say that Malaysia needs a fully functioning STI ecosystem that is able to bridge the innovation chasm that currently exists. Collaborative innovation networks must be forged between the public sector, business and industries, research and development, and civil society. By this, rapid restructuring of the economy can be achieved, initiating widespread social transformation with the participation of all concerned. MASTEC is committed in facilitating the creation of a conducive collaborative STI ecosystem for Malaysia. We must build upon our existing strengths and finding new paths to work to become an innovative-led nation. Our commitment is attested with the launch of 2 pilot strategic initiatives in collaboration with ASM. They are the Malaysian Collaborative Network Platform for Disruptive Innovation, or known as iConnect, and the Malaysian Open Science Platform. Why do we need these initiatives? We hope through this iConnect initiative, we can increase demand-driven and market-driven delivery system, R&D. Thus, we need to increase our allocation for experimental development or pre-commercialization. Malaysia only spent 14.6% in comparison to most of the advanced countries which spend more than 50%. This is to address the innovation chasm that is happening between industry and academia that slows down the rate of innovation in our country. As long as this issue persists, Malaysia will never be able to be an innovation-led economy. The iConnect initiative will establish neutral entities that serve as innovation intermediaries or accelerators and orchestrate the collaborative network among industry players in 4 pilot areas, namely health and wellness, fintech in Islamic finance services, Industry 4.0, manufacturing, and halal supply chain. It is hoped that from these pilot areas, iConnect is able to be replicated in other areas for Malaysian industries to enter new and emerging global markets. The recently launched Malaysia Open Science Platform initiative that aims in the first phase to connect research data, researchers, and publications between 5 research universities and 15 research institutes and agencies under MASTEC will complete iConnect initiative in order to create our collaborative innovation ecosystem through digital innovation ecosystem platform, where open innovation will address the gap between R&D and business. In tandem with these initiatives, MASTEC has committed 50% of our R&D grant for experimental development in line with other advanced nations. MASTEC is also putting up a white paper on extending these to the national level for R&D funding through relevant ministries. If we want to realize innovation, we must invest in financing the activities that are directly linked to enhancing innovation performance. Expanding funding for the experimental development aspect of R&D is vital. MASTEC is also aware that some industries may be facing difficulties in getting tax incentives and the necessary funding for R&D activities. We are now trying to facilitate the streamlining and re-engineering of tax incentives on R&D activities with related ministries and agencies. It is hoped that it would encourage more industries to invest in R&D to enhance value creation and innovation. This is evident in the latest budget 2020, where the government has introduced various tax incentives and streamlined funding agencies towards creating a sustainable and conducive STI ecosystem that nurtures robust knowledge workers to create innovations for the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Next year, MASTEC will be launching the Malaysia for Policy and Master Plan on Science, Technology and Innovation 2021 to 2030. The main aim of the policy and master plan is to forge a progressive Malaysia where we all live in harmonious, prosperous and sustainable manner through a healthy STI ecosystem. Under this new policy and master plan, it is that more collaborative platforms will be formed in strategic sectors that are aligned to the key economic growth activities under the recently announced Shared Prosperity Vision 2030 by Yang Amat Berhormat Prime Minister. It is also hoped that under the new policy and master plan for STI, a more anticipatory and inclusive national STI governance framework is put in place to strengthen the STI ecosystem and identify the legislative and executive role for STI. MASTEC welcomes the decision of Parliament to approve the setting up of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Science, Technology and Environment that was recommended in the policy and master plan. We hope through this consultative platform in the legislature branch will strengthen the participation, commitment, as well as leadership of lawmakers in addressing critical STI matters and promoting the national STI agendas as articulated in this policy and master plan. Complementing the role of new community, the policy and master plan calls for the reorganization of Malaysia's current STI governance structures in order to have a clear and overarching national strategic direction for STI. This includes the establishment of an Apex Council on STI, a Research Management Commission to plan, manage, monitor and evaluate STI-related research and development activities, a Technology Commercialization Accelerator, TCA, to spearhead economic-oriented research, and a Malaysia Science Endowment, which is responsible for sourcing of funds from various avenues for STI-related R&D and activities. Through these initiatives, will Malaysia have a fully functioning STI ecosystem which paves the way of effective collaboration among partners as well as the generation and sharing of new knowledge. This is vital as collaboration and knowledge sharing is no longer a choice but an inevitable feature of progress in the 21st century. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to hear that ASM will embark on a new and unique initiative that is important. It involves the amalgamation of both art and science. It is an initiative to recognize talents and appreciate projects or artworks that embody the convergence of art and science, as well as the outstanding creations in the nation's field that showcase the fusion of art and science. The Art of Science Prize is the first ever to be established in Malaysia in response to the emergence of artists, scientists, community, and promising development of the area. The prize is set to be awarded biennially. I'm very pleased to be launching this initiative today and be part of a start of an exciting journey. Ladies and gentlemen, Academy of Science Malaysia, ASM, has a huge role to play in idea generation, monitoring and evaluation of our STI landscape, as well as championing evidence-based, data-driven decision-making and policy formulation. I hope ASM will continue to provide valuable inputs towards charting the course towards a progressive Malaysia. I wish to take this opportunity to congratulate the newly appointed senior fellow, elected fellows, and the selected top research scientists of Malaysia, TRSM, that will be honored today. I look forward to your valuable contribution to the advancement of STI. It is also timely for me to congratulate Professor Datuk Dr. Asma Ismail, Fellow Academy of Science, on her appointment as President of the Academy of Science Malaysia for another 3-year term, 2020 to 2023. I look forward to her leadership in strengthening the influence and impact of ASM. Lastly, I wish to commend the Academy of Science Malaysia for your passion and persistence to champion STI. You have certainly made a mark as a significant voice for STI in this nation and beyond. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yang Berhormat Puan Isnaraissah. We would like to invite Yang Berhormat to the left side of the stage for the launch gambit, accompanied by Yang Berbahagia Professor Datuk Dr. Asma and Yang Mulia Academician Datuk Dr. Muhammad Azman. We would also like to welcome Architect Hijaz Kasturi, Chair of ASM Art Science Initiative Task Force, and Professor Emerita Datuk Dr. Mazan Othman, member of the Task Force of ASM Art Science Initiative, to accompany all our dignitaries on stage for the launch of the ASM Art Science Initiative. Dipersilakan. Ladies and gentlemen, Art Science is a new initiative which aims to nurture creativity and to promote appreciation of arts towards acculturation of science amongst Malaysians. Now, the Academy of Sciences Malaysia has set up the Art Science Initiative to recognize outstanding creations that showcase the fusion of both art and science. We'd now like to invite Yang Berhormat Deputy Minister, accompanied by all our dignitaries, to launch the Art Science Initiative in the count of 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Art is an expression of emotion, beauty, application of imagination, and human skills. It is abstract and based on creativity and subjectivity. And science is the knowledge and process to understand the physical world. It is concrete and logical. It's based on facts with structure and methods. In recognition of the amalgamation of art and science, the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, ASM, has formed the Art Science Initiative. The initiative aims to nurture creativity at the convergence of the arts and sciences. It also aims to promote appreciation of arts towards acculturation of science among Malaysians. Science can be interpreted in form that is simpler and impactful. Functional art science projects are produced in accordance with the law of sciences that have aesthetical value as well as beneficial application. The Art Science Initiative is divided into 2 sub-programs: the Art Science Prize and the Art Science Engagement. The Art Science Prize is awarded to outstanding talent and works of art that embody the union of art and science. 2 activities under the Art Science Engagement sub-program promote the idea of convergent art and science by facilitating communication between participants with prominent figures of the art and science communities. A task force member of the initiative is invited as a guest speaker in a dialogue with the audience to delve deeper into the concept of convergence in art and science. The coffee chat features worldly panelists with a keen eye on the philosophy of art science to discuss specific topics, as well as aiding art and scientists in overcoming hurdles and materializing their concepts and projects. Be a part of this initiative. For more information, visit www.academyscience.gov.my/artscience.
Congratulations to Academy Science Malaysia on the launch of your ASM Art Science Initiative. We'd like to request Yang Berhormat Puan Isnaraissah, Professor Datuk Dr. Asma, and Yang Mulia Academician Tengku Datuk Dr. Muhammad Azman to kindly remain on stage. And thank you once again to Architect Hijaz Kasturi, as well as Academician Professor Emerita Datuk Dr. Mazlan. You may now return to the comfort of your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to one of the highlights of our ceremony this afternoon, which is the announcement of 2019 Top Research Scientists Malaysia. The Top Research Scientists Malaysia project is an ASM initiative in line with its focus on fostering a culture of excellence in science, technology, as well as innovation, or STI. Now, the project aims to identify and recognize the leading research scientists here in Malaysia, and the output of this project is a TRSM profile that would be providing a centralized point of reference on leading scientists in Malaysia, along with the information on their research areas. This year, 9 outstanding scientists has been selected as the Top Research Scientists Malaysia, which has a total of 166 recipients to date. We now like to invite once again Yang Berhormat Puan Isnaraissah Munirah Majlis to present the certificates to the recipients, accompanied by Professor Datuk Dr. Asma Ismail, as well as Yang Mulia Academician Tunku Datuk Dr. Muhammad Azman. Without further ado, let us welcome the 2019 TRSM recipients. We'd like to first and foremost invite Associate Professor Engineer Dr. Chong Wen Tong from University of Malaya. Congratulations. Next, we'd like to invite Professor Engineer Dr. Fatima Ibrahim, also from University of Malaya. Next, we'd like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Fatin Alia Fang, University Technology, Malaysia. Seterusnya dijemput Associate Professor Dr. Fu Keng Yuan from University Science Malaysia. Congratulations. Now I'd like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Huda Abdullah from University Kebangsaan Malaysia. Syabas sekali lagi. Now I'd like to invite Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Hafiz Zarfan Othman from University Technology Malaysia. Congratulations. Now I'd like to invite Professor Dr. Muhammad Razi Ismail from University Putra, Malaysia. Tanya. Next, we'd like to invite Professor Engineer Dr. Muhammad Sapwan Salid dari University Putra, Malaysia. And finally, we'd like to invite Professor Dr. Zakia Ahmad from University Technology, Mara. Tanya, and congratulations to all the recipients. We will now continue with the conferment of ASM Fellowships of 2019. After more than 2 decades, the Academy of Sciences Malaysia has grown from 50 founding fellows to 376 fellows, made up of 28 senior fellows and 348 fellows. The Academy consists of fellows who are elected among distinguished Malaysians by virtue of outstanding achievements in their fields through the knowledge, diversity of expertise, network, as well as their wisdom of ASM fellows. ASM effectively provides credible, independent, and timely advisory inputs on STI to the government as well as to the stakeholders, of which fulfills the mission of ASM. Today, we will confer 27 new fellows and 1 senior fellow. With that, please welcome, under the Biological, Agricultural, and Environmental Sciences, please welcome Professor Dr. Abdul Rahman Omar. Congratulations. Next, we'd like to invite Professor Dr. K. Sudesh Kumar C. Kanapati Pillai. Seterusnya dijemput Profesor Dr. Muhammad Talib Latif from Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia. Congratulations. Seterusnya Profesor Dr. Raja Nur Zaliha Raja Abdul Rahman dari Universiti Putra Malaysia. Seterusnya dijemput Profesor Dr. Tan Wen Siang, also from Universiti Putra Malaysia. Let us now take a look under chemical science. We have Professor Dr. Kozira Sha'ari. Tanya, Prof. Next, we'd like to invite Professor Dr. Rusli Dai dari Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia. Seterusnya dijemput Profesor Dr. Yatima Alias dari University of Malaya. And under Engineering Sciences, we have Professor Engineer Dr. Dominic Fu Chuan Yi from University of Nottingham, Malaysia. Seterusnya dijemput Profesor Dato Engineer Dr. Eric Goh Kok Ho, also all the way up north, University Science Malaysia. Seterusnya dijemput Emeritus Profesor Engineer Dr. Masjuki Hassan dari International Islamic University of Malaysia. Now gives me great pleasure to invite Engineer Technologist Muhammad Hanifa Abdul Hamid from Indah Water Consortium, Sdn Bhd. Seterusnya dijemput Profesor Dr. Nick Mariam Nick Sulaiman, also from University of Malaya. Syabas sekali lagi. Now, under Mathematics, Physics and Earth Sciences, we have Professor Dr. Chong Kok Kiong dari Universiti Tunku Abdul Rahman, or Utah. Now, I'd like to invite Professor Engineer Dr. Sulaiman Wadi Harun dari Universiti Putra Malaysia. This is Professor, okay, the face is different. It's okay, it happens to the best of people. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to invite Professor Dr. Zainal Abidin Talib. Earlier on, that was Professor Engineer Dr. Sulaiman Wadi Harun. It's just a face, it's okay. They'll get the proper certs. Always trial and error in science, isn't it? Under Medical and Health Sciences, we have Dr. Cheong Sok Ching. Oh, Professor, yeah. Next, we'd like to invite Professor Datuk Dr. Muhammad Ibrahim Abu Hassan. Professor Dr. Wong Kam Tong. Let's go with the screens. From University of Malaya. Congratulations. I think I'll go with what's being shown on screen. Next, we'd like to invite Professor Datuk Dr. Muhammad Ibrahim Abu Hassan. Oh. From SNT, we'd like to invite Mr. Loganathan Ponambalam. Let's see what appears on our screens. Now we'd like to invite from Social Sciences and Humanities Professor Datuk Paduka Dr. Tengku Aizan Tengku Abdul Hamid. I'll mention one more. Yeah, tapi the screen is wrong. And backtracking a little bit, under medical and health sciences, we have Professor Datuk Dr. Muhammad Ibrahim Abu Hassan. Just look at the man on stage. Focus on the right side of our screens. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them all a huge round of applause to all our newly conferred fellows. And we'd like to invite all our honourable guests to be seated back on stage for our next agenda. Dipersilakan. Honourable guests, ladies and gentlemen, one of the highest recognition by the country to the scientific community is the appointment of senior fellows who have made outstanding contributions to science, engineering and technology, both nationally as well as internationally. Once they have been appointed, the title academician precedes their name as how their reputation precedes them. And to introduce you to our 2019 Senior Fellow, we would now like to call upon Yang Mulia Academician Tengku Datuk Dr. Muhammad Azman Sharifuddin, Vice President of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, to read the citation for Academician Emeritus Professor Datuk Dr. Khalid Yusof, followed by a video presentation. Dipersilakan, Yang Mulia.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. On behalf of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, I have great pleasure and honor to present Academician Emeritus Professor Datuk Dr. Khalid Yusof. Back in the 1970s, Academician Emeritus Professor Datuk Dr. Khalid Yusof completed his secondary education at the Malay College, Kuala Kangsar. His excellent academic performance enabled him to pursue a matriculation course at the McKinnon High School, Melbourne, Australia, sponsored by MARA. Professor Datuk Dr. Khalid earned his Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery under the Colombo Plan Scholarship in Australia, and later trained in cardiology in the United Kingdom. Upon completion of his training, he returned to Malaysia, where he began his illustrious career. Professor Datuk Dr. Khalid began his medical career as a cardiologist and as a lecturer in University Kebangsaan, Malaysia, from the late 1980s. In 1996, he was appointed as the Deputy Dean of Postgraduate Studies and Research in UKM. His main focus at that time was to consolidate the newly built UKM hospital as a teaching hospital, as well as to consolidate the undergraduate and postgraduate programs and research. Throughout his career at UKM, he successfully set up the UKM Molecular Biology Institute, a center for molecular science studies. The center later became one of the higher institution centers of excellence, HICOs, of the Ministry of Education. In addition, he worked closely with the Institute Jantung Negara and the University of Newcastle upon Tyne to establish the UKM Heart Center. It is now a renowned cardiac center that provides all forms of cardiovascular and respiratory therapies except for heart transplant. Professor Datuk Dr. Khalid became the Foundation Dean of the Medical Faculty of UITM in 2004. He helped to establish the infrastructure, curriculum, teacher training, and academic culture, which includes expansion of the medical campus to 3 more campuses in Selayang, Sungai Buloh, and Teluk Intan. In addition, he established the Institute for Medical Molecular Biotechnology and the Center for Translational Research and Epidemiology, which are now fast becoming substantial research centers in Malaysia. As part of this process, he forged strategic international partnerships linking UITM's medical faculty to a wide range of global universities and research institutes. These initiatives have undeniably expanded the Malaysian medical workforce and national medical research. Currently, he is the Vice Chancellor and President of UKSI. Under his leadership, UKSI has been voted as Malaysia's top private university. As an active member of ASM, Professor Datuk Khalid has contributed his time, expertise, and knowledge through various leadership roles and platforms. These include his participation as ASM Council member since 2012 and chairman of the Medical and Health Sciences discipline from 2014 to 2015. As a member of the National Science Council, he was instrumental in the development and endorsement of the Malaysian Code of Responsible Conduct in Research in 2016. Upon the endorsement of the MCRCR by NSC, he now leads the ASM Committee on Research Integrity, focusing on training researchers on research ethics. Professor Datuk Dr. Khalid received many accolades for his exemplary accomplishments and achievements. At the international level, he was awarded a gold medal from the Royal College of Physicians of London, the Hewlett-Packard International Award, the Albert Schweitzer Gold Medal, and Gold Medal at Geneva Annual Exhibition. At the national level, he received the Special Award for the highest grant research in UITM, Anugerah Tokoh Akademik UITM, Anugerah Citra UKM, and the Royal Awards from the Sultan of Kelantan in 1999 and year 2000. The Academy of Sciences Malaysia is honored to appoint Emeritus Professor Datuk Dr. Khalid Yusof as a Senior Fellow, which carries the title Academician. This appointment is a recognition of his contribution in the field of cardiology through practice, teaching, and research, as well as championing research integrity in Malaysia. I think there's a video that's coming up. You need a cue.
I was fascinated by human beings, particularly to know about myself. You know, what makes the world to move forward is knowledge and application of knowledge. And what is best if not at higher education? So we are at that leading age to steer the community, individuals, the country forward. I think those are the things which inspire me to do medicine and to choose higher education as my choice in terms of profession, and cardiology. You cannot get through life just on your own. Impossible. You need to work with people, you need to have mentors, you need to have friends. You don't have to invent the wheel yourself each and every time. Work with brilliant people. Team up or get into teams within or outside the country. How can research, science drives the industry? Then only we can say that Malaysia is not just recipients of new industry, people come invest. No, we are places where new ideas which can be industrialized, commercialized, and propel the industry forward. But on top of that, you need to have ideas and the zeal to convert ideas into realities. I think those are very important points in one's life.
Ladies and gentlemen, those were wise words from our 2019 Senior Fellow. Without further ado, to confer the Senior Fellow, we invite Yang Berhormat Puan Isnaraissah, accompanied by Professor Datuk Dr. Asma and Yang Mulia Academician Tengku, to present the certificate and medallion conferring the title of Senior Fellow to Academician Emeritus Professor Datuk Dr. Khalid Yusof. Congratulations. Well deserved indeed. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Academician Emeritus Professor Datuk Dr. Khalid Yusof another big round of applause. And thank you once again to our honourable guests, Yang Berhormat Puan Isnaraissah Munira Majlis, Professor Datuk Dr. Asma Ismail, as well as Yang Mulia Academician Tengku Datuk Dr. Muhammad Azman Sharifuddin. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our event. We would like to thank all present here for gracing the occasion with your wonderful, kind attendance, especially, of course, to Yang Berhormat Puan Isnaraissah. Puan Siko, thank you so much, Yang Berhormat, for joining us. And we hope all of you had a very memorable afternoon. On behalf of the Academy of Science Malaysia, we would like to once again congratulate our Senior Fellow, as well as our new Fellows for the conferment and the top Research Scientists Malaysia recipients.